Hi. If you were one of the 26,000 plus who viewed my very first video effort on YouTube, or one of the 300 plus who took the time and effort to comment, thanks. And thanks for stopping back. Now if you didn't see that video, you might want to go watch it first, since this is sort of a follow-up. I never planned on making a video. I just thought I'd comment like all the rest, try to get my 2 cents in. Problem was, while I kept seeing other new comments appear, mine never showed up. There were a bunch in support of Michael's ad, several pretty poor arguments against it, but not mine. Never got there. I was getting frustrated and really wanted to correct those obvious misstatements of facts that I was reading. So I spent some time figuring out how to make a video with my new webcam, typed up some notes, and grabbed a quote from the NIH website so I'd have more than just my opinion as backup, and turned on the camera. Now I know my production values are lousy. I'm obviously reading from a script on my computer screen, and I even forgot to focus the camera properly. But all I really wanted was to get the words out. It's sad how many people can dismiss you without even hearing what you say. People said that based on my appearance in my very first sentence, I wasn't entitled to an opinion. Yes, I look scruffy. I work from home and often skip shaving for a few days. I don't get a haircut often enough. But I don't use hairspray, so no animals were harmed in the combing of my hair, for those of you out there who challenge me about animal cruelty. I don't get enough sleep. It's 3:45 in the morning right now, and my face sags more than I'd like. If anyone wants to nominate me for an extreme makeover, you're more than welcome. Someone even commented on my air filter back there, needing cleaning. Go figure. But it's also sad for me to read how 2 words can cause so much hatred. I started my video by saying I was a Christian and a Republican, not to imply I was better than anyone else, or that it validated my argument, but because I was primarily trying to respond to comments people had posted about the Michael J. Fox ad. Comments that were referring to Christians and Republicans specifically in ways that didn't reflect the reality that I was familiar with. I thought I'd present myself for who I am and try to clear up some of those misconceptions. Misconceptions like that all Christians or Republicans are heartless, uneducated, against any and all science and medical research. Anti-Bush people were posting that he had outlawed stem cell research. Not true, he hasn't. And pro-Bush people, trying to support him, were saying no, he didn't outlaw it. He just didn't fund it. Also not true. So I talked about where I was coming from, shared some personal information to try to demonstrate that I had some sympathy for Michael's plight, stated some facts, stated some personal beliefs, and quoted a very boring but factual policy statement from the NIH website. Now once I posted my video, I realized why my comments never showed up on Michael's ad. YouTube gives you 3 options when you upload a video. No comments allowed, all comments allowed, or you can screen each comment and decide whether you want it to be seen. I realized that it wasn't a glitch that was keeping my comments from appearing. McCaskill from Missouri, who posted Michael's ad, was screening the comments, and they were censoring me. They were allowing supportive comments to go up, and they were allowing some opposing views that, quite frankly, sounded pretty bad. But they weren't allowing what I was trying to say to get through. Now, if you see my first video, or read my many replies to the many comments on that video, you know that it wasn't my vulgar language or my intolerant hate speech that they were objecting to. They didn't want the facts that I had to share associated with their video. I think that's worth thinking about. You have to wonder about a candidate's organization that suppresses the truth and also airs an ad that, while very touching, is deliberately misleading. Contrary to some, I don't fault Michael one bit if he went off his meds to show the real effect Parkinson's has on him. I have no argument with that. I don't fault him for trying his best to promote the research that he hopes might cure him. But I think he should be forthright about it, not deceptive. He never says the research he's talking about involves destroying human embryos or cloning them. He just refers to stem cell research. And he implies Senator Talent is against stem cell research by saying he, quote, opposes expanding stem cell research and, quote, even wanted to criminalize the science that gives us a chance for hope. Now, I could be wrong, but I think the science he's referring to there is human cloning in order to harvest stem cells. But the term stem cell research that he does use covers a broad spectrum. The blood from an umbilical cord, adults, children, or embryos all provide sources for stem cells. And by the way, most of you may probably already know this. Every one of us was once an embryo. Our entire genetic makeup, what makes you you, what makes me me, existed in that embryo. The only thing added to that embryo was food, time, and a safe place to grow for about 9 months. So far, adult stem cells have been used in successfully treating several diseases and have been used for over 40 years in bone marrow transplants. Embryonic stem cell research is quite new and has not yet had time to produce definite results. Many believe embryonic stem cells have more potential for treating more diseases like Michael's Parkinson's. But this is at the expense of the human embryo, which must be destroyed to harvest the cells. And it's the destruction of those embryos that people like me are concerned about. Most people, most Republicans, like Senator Talent, and most Christians support the majority of the stem cell research spectrum, which can be funded with taxpayer dollars. And the entire spectrum is open for privately funded research, including embryonic stem cell research. Now, in 2001, again, President Bush, trying to find a middle ground between those on the one hand who believe an embryo may be an innocent human life worthy of protection, like me, and those on the other hand who are eager for the potential medical benefits the research may reap, authorized government funding for embryonic stem cell research on the condition that the embryo that the cells came from had already been destroyed. He didn't want to destroy any more, but he also didn't want to limit the research, and he wanted to fund it. So he tried to find a middle ground. He's been skewered for that. I don't think he pleased anybody. People on the one side say he went too far. People on the other side say he didn't go far enough. Anyway, I want to thank McCaskill from Missouri, who put up that original ad, for censoring my original comments. If they'd been posted, I would have never made these videos, and I'm sure that small text message that I would have posted would have reached far fewer and had much less of an impact than these videos. Plus, not plus, see, I should have memorized it. Please feel free to comment on this, pro or con. I won't censor you. But for those of you out there who hope I die a slow, horrible death, or just want to tell me where I can stick my beliefs or opinion in violently colorful ways, you might want to keep those opinions to yourself. It's not like I haven't heard that kind of garbage before, but I read the YouTube community guidelines, and hate speech, slurs, malicious use of stereotypes intended to attack or demean a particular religion might get you permanently banned from YouTube. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.